Today is October 6th, 2022. I'm out here on the trail. The sunset. Out here on the trail near my apartment here in Tampa, and decided to pull my phone out here for a little bit today because I want to start documenting a little bit of what's been going on in my life. Some of the wins, some of the losses, some of the struggles, some of the new things going on, just so that I can look back and look at my journey and allow other people to see my journey as well as I grow, as I learn new lessons. And been running my business now, been doing marketing and trying to become one of the best at this internet marketing game, like online advertisements, marketing in general. Just been working on my business now for the last 2.5, 3 years. And more importantly, been working on myself, doing personal development pretty intentionally now for the last, 4 or 5 years. And right now, I've come a long way. And if any of you have known me 4 or 5 years before me shooting this video, you probably hear a different tone in my voice, a different conviction in my voice, for example. And that's all good, and that's what should happen when you're working on yourself for years and years and years straight. I'm excited to see what is to come over the next 10 years, next 20 years, what kind of human being I can, turn myself into. But the real reason I wanted to pull my phone out today, and the reason today was the day I decided to do this, is because this year has been, honestly, one of the hardest years of my life so far. Specifically, the second half of this year so far, or I guess Q2 and quarter 3. Trying to go deep here so I can pull out what I'm trying to say. A lot of lessons have been learned, not only in the last few months for me, but also over the last year. Even back into 2021, where I've grown so much personally, and right now I'm in a very similar spot financially as I was a year ago, year and a half ago. Even though I've been working on myself and working on my business so fucking hard every single day, every week, every month, right? I'm not even in that much of a different financial situation as I was 2 years ago, believe it or not. And from the outside, that might be surprising, but once you get into business and you understand some things about business and how the world works, look at the sunset. Look at that. I love living here. It's a great place. I just come out here. My building's over there a bit, right? I just have to go down here, go around this path, down this highway here. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Anyway, once you learn about business and learn about personal growth and learn about, life a little bit more, once you expose yourself to being uncomfortable more and more and more, you realize that there are certain things that lead to your financial success. There's certain things that lead to everything. There's a reason, there's a cause for everything, right? And I've learned so many powerful lessons this year that have been hard lessons to learn, especially inside my business, especially working with clients, that I work with in my business. But one thing is for sure that is still a good thing that has come out of this, that I do know, and this is important to take note of. your internal reality, your internal confidence and skills, are not always directly aligned with your external world. The things that are going on around you, the money that you have, the material things that you have, right? So a lot of times we get caught up in our head and we go through a lot of pain physically and mentally and emotionally when we've been doing so much work on ourselves. We've been working so damn hard on our skills, our business, our mindfulness, our internal confidence, our fitness, right? And at some points, you pause to look around. You pause to look around at what's around you, the physical, your money, like all the things in your world that are external, and you scratch your head and you're like, well, why has all the work that I've done at this moment, why at this moment do I not see the results of that work out here, right? Out here in your external world. And the reason is because not everything is directly correlated with other things in your external, right? Not everything inside of you that you've been working on, right? Your skills, your confidence, your mindfulness, your presence, your fitness, right? Your mental fitness, your dedication, your discipline, right? Those things that you've been working on, they don't always directly correlate with that one thing that you're focused on in your external that you're trying to get. A very easy example that we can all resonate with is money. Okay, and I'm leading this with that because this year specifically has been a hard year for me financially, not in the sense that I'm broke, but financially in the sense that all the damn work I've been doing, I've worked 5 times harder this year than the previous 2 years, and I have not nearly made 5 times more money, right? And that's what I mean when I say this year has been very difficult for me financially, right? And that's what I mean when I say all the work you're doing, all of the internal stuff, all the internal work you're doing on yourself, all of the work you're doing on your skills, all the new reps you're getting with your skill in your business, etc. It doesn't always directly correlate to what it is that you say that you want in the external world, which in this case, I'm going to use the example of money, right? It doesn't always correlate directly. So if your skills are growing and you're becoming more skilled at what you're doing, right? That doesn't always directly correlate to making more money. Why? The reason why is because there are certain things that you must do to generate money for yourself. And for example, I could work on my skills. My skill set right now can jump to 10 times the level it is right now, but that will not make me more money, right? Because your skill set alone does not make you money directly. It helps you make more money because you can go and sell your skill and sell a service, for example, but the skill itself will not make you more money. That was one of the big lessons I learned this year. I want you to take notes if you can, on your computer, your phone, or on a notepad, right? Your skill set alone will not make you more money, okay? In fact, you could have far less skills and make way more money if you play your cards correctly. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a very specific example here. One of the reasons that this year in general was very hard for me financially, quote unquote, was because I second guessed myself and what I was doing. I second guessed myself, I second guessed my skills, I second guessed the level of service that I was providing to my clients. I second guessed myself in general. I fell back into the worldview that I once had, where my brain was, where my thoughts and my brain were telling me, I was telling myself, don't do too much, like, don't try to piss anyone off. Don't piss anyone off. Make sure you're on everyone's good side. Make sure that you only do the right thing. Make sure you don't do what you really want to do, because it might not be the right thing for everyone around you. Basically, I second guessed myself, and I decided to take on some clients. I sold my service to some customers, with the best intentions possible. I sold my services for free, essentially, when I've been doing this for 2.5, 3 years, okay? Consistently, nonstop, full time. I don't work a 9 to 5. I don't have another job on the side. Like, this is what I do when I wake up, okay? What I did was I decided I wasn't worthy enough to be charging the amount of money that I was charging per month, okay? And I listened to certain mentors, and I listened to certain different sources of data from other people that were, and I basically got convinced, and I convinced myself that, I should start from scratch, and I should do some work for clients on performance only terms, meaning I would only get paid when they made a net profit of X amount, right? Because what I do is I run paid marketing. I run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, YouTube ads for clients, etc. Okay, so I brought a bunch of clients, all within a 3 to 4 month period, into my business, right? I was going to provide them the service. I was going to help them make more money. Okay, I brought on these deals. I signed the dotted line on the agreement that, okay, I'm gonna run this marketing for you, right? I'm gonna run this marketing for you, and I'm going to do this deal with you, and I'm only gonna get paid once this produces X amount of results, and I'm only gonna get paid based on a percentage of the profits. And this was a big fucking mistake. This was a huge mistake, okay? This is a huge mistake. And, unfortunately, I didn't realize until recently, right? Like, within a month of me shooting this video, I didn't realize until months and months and months and months later, after being sold, that was the right thing to do, that it was a huge mistake. Unfortunately, there's a lagging indicator that happens whenever you start taking action on something, or once you start acting in a certain way, right? If you start acting like a complete loser today, and you act like a loser for the next 3 months, your external results in your life might not start going bad and going in a downward spiral until maybe 3 months or 2 months from today, right? Because there's a lagging indicator. There's a lag to things in life, right? If same thing with positive. If you start doing positive things today and you're consistent, it might take a few months for you to start really seeing in your external environment all the amazing positive changes that will happen because of you starting to improve yourself. So, long story short, unfortunately, it took me months and months and months to realize that was a terrible idea. What happened? I took on clients. I spent a bunch of time doing work for them, doing stuff for them in hopes that I would get, my intention was to get a big payout, right? Okay, I'm not gonna get paid up front. I'm gonna only get paid on, paid on the results that I generate. And the problem was, it takes two to tango in this game of business and in this game of marketing, okay? I can do everything I can do as a marketer, as a service provider. But if the client doesn't get me what I need from them, for example, if I need them to shoot video ads, if I need them to do these different things, if I need them to recruit some salespeople, if I need them to change their mindset, if I need them to just respond to a text, if I need them to just simply respond to a text, it takes two to tango, right? I wasn't fully in the driver's seat because I'm providing a service to a business owner, okay? So what happened? What happened was I did all these deals, and I took on a bunch of clients on performance terms only, meaning I did not get paid, okay, up front. And unfortunately, about 60% of these deals went bad. Why? The reason the majority of the deals went bad is because there was no incentive for my client in that scenario to prioritize what I needed them to do. Why? Because they didn't pay me anything. There was no buy-in. There was no, if a client of mine's doing $500,000 in sales per month, and they do a deal with me to help them grow their business, but it requires them, if I'm going to run ads for them, for example, or do marketing for them, if that requires them to film content for me and do stuff and spend a little bit of time with me to give me what I need them to do to have results from that marketing, it's not going to be worth it to them because they haven't invested any money, right? Because it's so much easier for them to just go, well, I'm already doing $500,000 a month. Why would I do all this work just to see if this is going to work with this Nick guy? Why would I do all this work? Why would I go through the effort of looking good on camera and going through the effort of filming this content for these ads if I'm already doing $500,000 a month, for example, right? There was absolutely no incentive, right? And unfortunately, this put me in a spot where now I'm like, okay, well, I have 7 clients that haven't paid me, and only a few clients with these deal terms that have paid me. A few of them turned out good. Unfortunately, most of them didn't. But now I'm in a situation where I have all of these clients who are talking to me, and I'm doing work for them, and I'm trying to get a hold of them because we have deals, because I'm supposed to get paid a percentage of the deal, and we haven't even launched ads yet, and they're not responding to me, and the deal ends up going south, and it's just like, oh well, we're not going to do this anymore because we have too much going on, and it's not a priority. It's not a priority, right? And so now I have several clients that either the deal took way too long to get going, or the deal just fell off because it wasn't a priority to them. And unfortunately, I wasn't, during that whole time frame of all those months, I wasn't prioritizing pitching new clients and doing sales to get new clients in such a way where they expected me to get paid up front, which is what should happen. I should get paid for my work, right? You should get paid for your work. You should get paid for the effort you put into something, and you should get paid for the expertise that you have in your brain. You should get paid for your work, okay? So the lesson here is, at the core, the reason this all happened was because I had a few failures and I started second guessing myself. That's the real lesson here, right? That's the main lesson here. Okay. Look at this view. I live down there. It's a beautiful place to live. I'm grateful for it. Okay? I'm grateful for it. But the main lesson here is you gotta understand, it's gotta be on the forefront of your mind that you can't second guess yourself. You cannot, if you ever second guess yourself, know that it's a lie. You're lying to yourself if you start second guessing yourself. And really all that happened, that's the reason that it started going in that direction. What's up, man? That's the reason that thought that I had caused me to have a feeling, and that feeling caused me to start taking action in a way that wasn't serving me, right? And this hasn't served me. You know, I'm getting, like, at this moment as I'm making this video, my income has substantially went down, relatively speaking. And I'm doing way more work. And I've given so much. I've given so much of myself and my energy. I've poured into other people so much. And, you know, I'm not receiving it back right now, which is, it's hard, you know? And it's all because I started second guessing myself. Okay, that's the main lesson here. When you start second guessing yourself, you ever have those thoughts in your head, oh, well, should I change this? Should I do that? Like, just stop and understand that it's probably a lie. You're lying to yourself, right? You just can't see the reasons you're worthy right now because your brain's going into, you know, monkey mode. Your brain's going into, you know, your brain. You're trying to justify why you're not good enough by looking at only the evidence that points that you're not good enough versus opening your eyes and seeing why you are good enough. For example, as I walk here right now, look how beautiful of a place I live in. Look at how a beautiful place I live in, okay? This is evidence that I am good enough because I made it here. There are very few people on planet Earth that get to live on a freaking island like this. Look at this. I live in one of those building over here, okay? This is evidence that I should get paid. Okay, what's the evidence that you should get paid? What's the evidence that you are good enough to get what you want out of the relationships in your life, out of the deals in your life, right? This is evidence right here. Evidence, right? The conviction in my voice right now that, relatively speaking, isn't, I guess, you know, there's a lot of people that have more convicted voices, more conviction in their voice than I have right now. But compared to 2 years ago, the conviction in my voice right now is great. Because I really truly believe what I'm saying right now. And it's important and I'm passionate about it, right? The conviction in my voice right now is evidence that I should get paid, that I deserve to get paid. The conviction in my voice right now is evidence that I deserve the things that I want in my life. Okay? What are you looking at in terms of evidence? Are you only looking at the evidence that is reaffirming to your brain that you're not good enough? Or are you forgetting that there's so much evidence to you that you're an amazing human being and you deserve what you want in that deal or in that relationship or whatever, right? Because you are good enough. You have skills. You're a special human being, okay? Just look at that. As of recently, I haven't been coming out here as much because I've been in more of a stressed out state as of recently. Been more focused on business. I gotta fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that. I've been so in the weeds, you know, when I could be out here going to the sunset, reminding myself of all the evidence, right? And so, what do I do now? Well, as of about 2 weeks ago, I was reminded by one of my mentors of who the fuck I am. And, what I do now is I go right back to where I was prior to the actions I started taking after I second guessed myself. And I'm going right back. Meaning the things that I demanded of my clients in the deals that I had back, over a year ago, I'm demanding those things because that's what I want, and those are the things that I want in the deals. That's what I want, right? Do you deserve to get paid up front for your work? Do you deserve to get what you want out of your relationships? Do you deserve to receive for the amazing things that you have to offer the world? I know I do. I hope you realize that too. It's important. Now, the good news is, and I'm realizing this as of today and as of recently, even though my external results financially and in my business went down a downward spiral over the last year, 6 months, etc., because of those mistakes I made, right? It had nothing to do with my skills. It had nothing to do with the results I was getting from my clients. It had nothing to do with anything other than just the mistake I made in not believing in myself. I didn't ask for it. I got scared. It had nothing to do with my skill level. In fact, while all this downward spiraling was happening in my external environment, my skill set has gotten so much sharper. And this is an example of what I mean when I said your skill set doesn't always correlate directly to your external environment, your external material stuff that you have, your external world. That's Exhibit A. That's a perfect example, right? My skill set now versus a year ago is like 5-10 times higher, better, right? But I'm making less, right? And the reason this is a positive thing in my mind to be thinking about right now is because with the things I was doing before my skill set was at this level, how much more fucking money could I make now? I could make so much more fucking money. Why? Because my skill set is so much sharper. My skill sets I truly believe I'm one of the top 1% marketers on planet Earth, if not in probably higher than that, honestly. Because I've invested so much in myself. I've just been doing it consistently. I've been practicing it so much. I've been learning from the top dogs in the marketing space, period. And so I find myself here today at a very important crossroad where it's like, okay, I have the skill sets to be fucking a killer marketer, like one of the best marketers on planet Earth, period. And the crossroad exists because there's a decision that has to be made. It's like, okay, are you gonna rise to the occasion, Nick, to get back on the fucking horse and grind it out to regain the momentum you had and then surpass that? Or are you gonna just fucking, be scared, right? Are you gonna go this way or this way? You're gonna rise to the occasion and do whatever the fuck it takes to get back on that horse and just regain momentum and far surpass where you were before? Or are you gonna use this experience to remind yourself that you're not worth it? Are you gonna use this experience to crawl up into a little ball and lay down and not go for what you want and not enjoy your life and not go do what you want? And so right now I'm in a very important turning point in my life where I've been reminded of who the fuck I am, and I am fully on the saddle and just daily taking action to regain that momentum like I've never experienced it before. It feels fucking fantastic. And I wanted to share this video with you guys in case any of you are second guessing yourself, or any of you are feeling lost and worried and like you're losing, or you don't know where you're going. Maybe you feel like a failure, right? I hope this video has reminded you that everyone at some point or another has experienced that, including myself. You know, even me 2.5, 3 years into the fucking game of my business, probably more like 5, 6 years, because I had other businesses I was trying to build before this. But everyone at one time has experienced something similar, and I hope this video has reminded you of who you can be. And this view, look at that. This view's reminded me right now. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I think this was a pretty good start to some more videos that are going to come. So I'll see you in the next video.